All right, so this is day 7, and this is slope from a graph. So your slope by definition here, your slope is what they call your rise over your run. So it's how far do you go up compared to how far do you go to the right. But it also could be how far do you go down and how far do you go to the left. So we'll take a look at both of these cases. So I just redrew this graph that's right here so we can talk about it. So this here is the growth of maize plants, and you have the time in days here on your x-axis, and on your y-axis you have the height of the plant in centimeters. And they've labeled 2 points. This point is A and this point is B. If you want to see what the slope is between A and B, you would start at A and you just count how far do you go up. So here I go, 1, 2, 3, and that'll get me on the same X line here as my B value. So this would be 3, and I go over 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means my slope, or my rise over my run, would be 3 over 4. So my slope is 3/4. You can do the same thing, though, if you say, well, what is it from B to A? So now let's start at B and go to A. The slope of the line doesn't change. The steepness of my line doesn't change. So we're hoping it's still going to be 3 to 4, but let's take a look. So now if I start at B, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll get me in the same line here as my A. But now I'm going into the left direction. So that's -4. And then here I go 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to go down 3. Well, again, if you remember, your slope is your rise over your run. So I'm always going to have to put the vertical axis first. So that would be -3 over -4. A negative divided by a negative is still a positive. So you can see your slope is going to be the same, whether you start at A and go to B, or go to B and go to A. Just remember, it's always rise over run. So you always have to put the vertical number in the numerator and the horizontal number in the denominator. And then the question asks, well, what does this mean? What does this 3/4 tell you? Well, remember, in words, your x-axis was time in days. So my x-axis here is my run. So this here would be days. And my rise, which is my height, would be my height. So what that tells me, you can see this, is every 4 days, my plant will grow 3 centimeters. So that's how you figure out what it means, is just kind of look at what the x-axis is in words and what your y-axis is in words. Remember, it's always your y's over your x's, so it's going to be your height per day. So this is 3 centimeters every 4 days. And the next question it asks is, what is the starting height of the plant? Well, remember, the starting height would be at day 0. So if I look here at day 0, this is my starting height. Well, this is also your y-intercept, right? Because by definition, your y-intercept is always your starting point. So it looks here like this is at 5. So my starting height of my plant would be 5 centimeters. If I were to write this as an ordered pair, remember, it would be 0, 5, because that would be my intercept. All right, if you have any questions, let me know.